Good morning. In last lecture, I have discussed the different classification of bacteria, then growth curve of bacteria, and also the factors affecting on growth of bacteria. Today, we will see the methods of isolation and also the methods of preservation for pure culture. Yes, methods of isolation or the isolation methods or the preservation methods of pure culture. First, we will see pure culture technique. In that first culture, it means the act of cultivating microorganisms or the microorganisms that are cultivated, that is culture. First, that is mixed culture, it means more than one microorganism. And second, pure culture, it contains only a single species of it contain only the single species of organism. A pure culture is usually derived from, or that is mixed culture, it means one containing many species, that is pure culture. By transferring a small sample into the new sterile growth medium in such a manner as to disperse the individual cell across the medium surface, or by thinning the thinning the sample by many times before inoculating the new medium. Yes, a pure culture is usually derived from what? That is mixed culture. It means one containing many species. By transferring the small sample into the new sterile growth medium in such a way that to disperse the individual cell across the medium surface by thinning the sample many times before inoculating into the medium. So why it is important? Because the pure culture are important in microbiology by the following reasons. First, that is once purified, the isolated species can then be cultivated with the knowledge that only the desired microorganism is being grown. Second thing, a pure culture can be correctly identified for accurate studying and testing and diagnosis of clinical environment. Second thing, a pure culture, it can be correctly identified for accurate studying and testing and diagnosis in a clinical environment. Next, when testing or experimenting with a pure culture to ensure that the same result can be achieved regardless of how many times the test is repeated. Then the pure culture, the spontaneous mutation rate is low, and in pure culture the clone is 99.99% is identical. Then we will see the isolation methods or techniques of isolation of pure culture. The culture composed of cell arising from a single progenitor, that is, it is termed as a CFU. Then aseptic technique prevents the contamination of, yes, aseptic techniques, it prevents the contamination of sterile substances or the objective. Then we will see the methods. First, streak plate method, then pour plate method, then spread plate method, and roll tube method. These are the methods of isolation of pure culture. First, streak plate method, then pour plate method, spread plate method, and roll tube method. We will see the special method of isolation of pure culture. In that, it is again divided into two subtypes: single cell isolation method and enriched culture method. In single cell isolation method, capillary pipette method and micromanipulator method. And in enriched culture method, the enrichment culture strategy, it provides a specially designed culture environment by incorporating a specific nutrient into the medium and by modifying the physical condition of the incubation. Yes, what I am saying, in enrichment culture method, in this method provide a specially designed culture environment by incorporating a specific nutrient in the medium and by modifying the physical condition of the incubation. Yes, first we will see the streak plate method. Here we can see the image of this method. First, streaking is the process of spreading the microbial culture with an inoculating needle on the surface of the media. Yes, here we can see the image. It is the process of spreading the microbial culture with an inoculating the needle on the surface of the media. Then sterilize the inoculating needle by flame to make red hot and allow it to cool for 30 seconds. Then the sample is streaked in such a way that to provide a series of dilutions. Then what is purpose of this method? Thin out inoculating to spread the colonies. Next, then subculturing can be done by streaking well isolated colonies from streak plate to new plate. Here we can see the streak plate and new plate. Then various methods of streaking. Here we can see the images of various methods of streaking. Next, pour plate method. In this method, the bacterial culture and liquid agar medium are mixed together. First, in this method, the bacterial culture and the liquid agar media are mixed together. Then after mixing these two medium, it means the bacterial culture and liquid agar medium. After mixing the medium containing the culture poured into the sterilized petri dish or sterilized petri plate and allowed to solidify, and then it is incubated. Next, after incubation, colonies appear on the surface. This is the pour plate method. But the disadvantages of this method: first, the microorganisms are trapped beneath the surface of medium. Hence, the surface as well as subsurface colonies are developed, which make the difficult in counting the bacterial colony. It means there is difficult to count the bacterial colony. Yes, disadvantage of this method: it is difficult to count the bacterial colony. Second, this tedious and time consuming method. Second disadvantage, it is tedious and time consuming method. The microbes are subjected to heat shock because liquid medium maintained at 45 degrees Celsius. Then next disadvantage, it is unsuitable for psychrophile. As I said earlier, the meaning of psychrophiles. Yes, this is the number of colonies on plate. Here we can see the calculation, that is the number of colonies on plate into the reciprocal of dilution of sample is equal to number of bacteria. For example, if 32 colonies are on the plate, then 1,000th of dilution, then the count is 32 into 10,000 is equal to 32 bacterial or 32 bacteria. Here we can see the dilutions. The next, spread plate method. In this method, this is the best method to isolate the pure colonies. Yes, keep in mind, this is the best method to isolate the pure colonies. In this method, the culture is not mixed with agar medium. Instead, it is mixed with normal saline and it is serially diluted. Yes, what is the difference? That is, in this method, the culture is not mixed with agar medium, and instead it is mixed with normal saline and it is serially diluted. In this method, the 0.1 ml of sample was taken from diluted mixture and which is placed on the surface of agar plate and spread evenly over the surface by the use of L-shaped glass rod, that is spreader. Then incubate the plates, and next, that is after incubation, the colonies are observed on the surface of agar, or the colonies are observed on the agar surface. Yes, what is this method? Spread plate method. This is the best method to isolate the pure colonies. Next thing, in this technique, the culture is not mixed. It means it is not mixed with agar medium. Instead of this, it is mixed with what? That is normal saline and serially diluted. And then the 0.1 ml of sample was taken from diluted mixture, which is placed on the surface of agar plate, and it is evenly spread over the surface by the use of L-shaped glass rod or by the use of spreader. After the spreading, then it is incubated, then incubate the plates. Then after the incubation, colonies are observed on the agar surface. Then advantages of this method: it is simple method. In this method the surface colonies are formed. Then the third advantage, microorganisms are cannot expose to higher temperature. Here we can see the inoculum, then glass spreader or nutrient agar medium. Here we can see the image of this method. What are the advantages of this method? First one, that is it is simple method. Second thing, in this method the only surface colonies are formed. And third advantage, the microorganisms are not exposed to higher temperature. Here we can see the pour plate method and spread plate method. In that first pour plate method, inoculate the empty plate 1 ml or 0.1 ml, then add melted nutrient agar, then swirl or to mix, then colonies grows on and solidify the medium. And second, spread plate method, inoculate the plate containing solid medium, then spread inoculum over the surface. The spreading, it should be evenly, that is even spreading, and colonies or growths only on the surface of media. Next, that is pour plate method. Here also we can see the images of this method, pour plate method, and second, spread plate method. Next, roll tube method. This is the roll tube method. Next, micromanipulator method. The micromanipulator have been built which permit one to pick out the single cell from a mixed culture. Yes, what is the objective or what is this method? That is, in this method which have been built which permit one to pick out a single cell from mixed cell or mixed culture. This instrument is used in conjunction with a microscope to pick a single cell, that is particularly bacterial cells, from a hanging drop preparation. Yes, keep in mind, in this method or the instrument which is used in conjunction with what? That is microscope, to pick out a single cell, that is or particularly for bacterial cell, from a hanging drop preparation. The single cell of microbes is sucked into micropipette and transferred into the large amount of sterile medium. Yes, in this method, the single cell of microbe is sucked into the micropipette and it is transferred into the large amount of sterile medium. Then we will see the advantages of this method. The advantage of this method is that it can be reasonable, ensure that the cultures come from a single cell and one can obtain strain within the species. And disadvantage, the equipment is expensive and its manipulation is very tedious and it required a skilled person. What are these disadvantage? First, it is expensive, that is equipment is costly. Then second, its manipulation is very tedious, and last, it requires a skilled or trained person. Yes, here we can see the image of micromanipulated method, a sample on glass side, then objective lens, microcapillary, then water source and syringe pump. Then we will see the preservation of pure culture. So what is preservation, or what is the need of preservation, or why it is required? First, that is to maintain the pure culture for extended period in viable conditions without any genetic change is referred as a preservation. So what is preservation? To maintain the pure culture for extended period of time in a viable condition without any genetic change is called as what? That is preservation. During preservation, most important factor is to stop the microbial growth or at least lower the growth rate. And due to these toxic chemicals are not accumulated and due to this the toxic chemicals are not accumulated and hence viability of microorganism is not affected. Then next the objectives of preservation. So what are these objectives? First, to maintain the isolated pure culture for extended period in a viable condition. Second, to avoid contamination. And third, to restrict the genetic mutation. These are the objectives of preservation. Then what is need or what is the purpose? First, it may be academic purpose, then research purpose. It is used for biotechnology field and it is used for fermentation industry. What are those purposes? Academic, then research, then biotechnology field and fermentation industry. Then methods of preservation of bacteria. First method, periodic transfer to fresh medium, then storage at low temperature, then storage in sterile soil, then preservation by overlaying the culture with mineral oil, and lyophilization or freeze drying. What are those methods? First, periodic transfer to fresh medium. Second, storage at low temperature. Then storage in sterile soil. Then next method, preservation by overlaying the culture with mineral oil. And last, lyophilization or freeze drying. We will see one by one. First method, periodic transfer to a fresh medium. First, in this method, strain can be maintained by periodically preparing a fresh culture from a previous stock culture. The culture medium, the storage temperature, and the time interval at which the transfer are made vary with the species. Next, the temperature and the type of the medium which is chosen for support a slow rather than a rapid rate of growth, so that the time interval between transfer can be long as possible. Then the many of the more common heterotrophs remain viable for several weeks or months on a medium, for example nutrient agar. Then transfer method has a disadvantage of failing to prevent the change in the characteristic of strain due to the development of due to the development of variants and mutants. Next, storage at low temperature. In this we can use the refrigeration or the cryopreservation. Refrigeration, the pure culture can be successfully stored at 0 to 4 degrees Celsius in refrigerator or in a cold room. First, that is refrigeration. In refrigeration, the pure cultures can be successfully stored at which temperature? That is 0 to 4 degrees Celsius temperature, either in refrigerator or either in cold room. This method is applied for short duration, that is 2 to 3 weeks for bacteria and 3 to 4 months for fungi. Keep in mind the duration. What is duration? For bacteria it is 2 to 3 weeks and for fungi it is 3 to 4 months, because the metabolic activities of the microorganisms are greatly slowed down but not stopped. Yes, what is the reason? Because of the activities of these microorganisms are slowed down but it is not stopped. Thus their growth is continued slowly, nutrients are utilized and waste products released in the medium. Next, this result in final the death of the microorganism. Next, cryopreservation, that is freezing in a liquid nitrogen at 190 degrees Celsius in the glass phase above the liquid nitrogen at 150 degrees Celsius. It helps in the survival of pure culture for a long time. Then in this method, the microorganism of a culture are rapidly frozen in a liquid nitrogen at 190 degrees Celsius in the presence of stabilizing agent such as glycerol or the dimethyl sulfoxide, that is DMSO. So what is with stabilizing agent, that is glycerol or the dimethyl sulfoxide, and this prevent or the cell damage due to the formation of ice crystal and promote the cell survival. Then the liquid nitrogen method has been successfully with many species that cannot be preserved by lyophilization, and most species can remain viable under this condition for 10 to 30 years without undergoing any change in their characteristics. But the disadvantage is that this method is very expensive. Then next, storage in sterile soil. The storage of microorganism in soil, it follows two groups. First, sterile oil infested with small amount of inoculum immediately dried and stored in refrigerator, and second, soil infested with organism that incubated allowing the organism to grow, thus the mycelium and the propagative unit of second generation are preserved. And second, the soil preservation method is useful for fungi, and by this method the actinomycetes are maintained in soil for 4 to 5 years, and there are several bacterial species which are also maintained in soil for a several years. Then next, preservation by overlaying the culture with mineral oil. In this method, or this is simple and most economical method of preserving the pure culture. In this method, the sterile liquid paraffin is poured. In this method, the sterile liquid paraffin is poured over a slant of culture, and it is stored upright at room temperature, and the layer of paraffin ensure that the anaerobic condition and prevent dehydration of the medium. Next, this condition help the microorganism of the pure culture to remain in a dormant state, and therefore the culture it can be preserved from 1 to years. What are the advantages of this method? The advantages of this method is we can remove. What are the advantages? We can remove some of the growth under the oil with a transfer needle or inoculate a fresh medium and still preserve the original culture. And second, the simplicity of this method is made to attractive, but changes in the characteristics of strain it can still occur. Then paraffin method or preservation by overlaying the mineral oils. This is also this method. It is simple and economical method. In this method, the agar slant are inoculated and incubated. In this method, the agar slants are inoculated and incubated. Then the covered with sterile mineral oil to a depth of 1 centimeter. Here we can see the image, to a depth of 1 centimeter above the tip of the slant surface. Then transfer are made by removing a loop full of growth touching the tip to the glass surface to drain of excess oil, inoculating a fresh medium, preserving the initial stock culture. Next, lyophilization or freeze drying. Freeze drying or the lyophilization is a stabilizing process in which the substances is firstly frozen and then the quantity of the solvent is reduced. So what is lyophilization or what is freeze drying? It is a stabilizing process in which what the substance is firstly frozen and then the quantity of the solvent is reduced, first by the sublimation, that is primary drying stage, and then desorption, that is secondary drying stage. Then the better preservation occurs with freeze drying than the other methods, because freeze drying reduces the risk of intracellular ice crystallization that compromises the viability. Then the removal of water from the specimen effectively prevent this damage, and this lyophilization is greatest with gram positive bacteria, that is spore former. As you know what is gram positive and what is gram negative, and also it decreases with a gram negative bacteria. and but the viability can be maintained at least or as long as 30 years. The large number of vials of dried microorganism, it can be stored with limited space, and the organism, it can be easily transported long distances at room temperature. Then this process combines the freezing and dehydration of organisms are initially frozen and then dried by knowing the atmospheric pressure with a vacuum apparatus. So here we can see the lyophilization process: freezing, that is solidification, then primary drying, that is ice sublimation, and secondary drying, it is desorption. Then these are the storage vials and psychotropic agents. The glass vials are used for all freeze dried specimen. Then when the freeze drying is performed in a chamber, the double glass vials are used. Here we can see the specification. Then storage vials must be sealed to maintain the vacuum and the dry atmospheric condition. Then advantages of this method: removal of water at low temperature, then thermolabile material can be dried, then sterility can be maintained, and reconstitution is easy. These are the four advantages. First, removal of water at low temperature. Second advantage, thermolabile material can be dried. Next, sterility can be maintained. Then reconstitution is easy. Then disadvantages: many biological molecules are damaged by the stress associated with freeze dryer, or broth. For example, the process of drying causes the extensive damage to the molds, protozoas, and most viruses. Hence, this microorganism cannot be stored by this method. Then, second disadvantage: the product is prone to oxidation due to the high porosity and large surface area. Therefore, the product should be packed in a vacuum or by use of inert gas. Last advantage: the cost may be issue or it is costly depending upon the product. This is all about the isolation methods and the preservation methods of culture media. I will stop here.